Hi, this was a group 35, and I'm Prasanna Kumar, and we're doing our presentation on Ford. And my team members are Pawan, Tanish, Eze, Satvik. Okay, so I'm gonna do introduction part of this presentation. So Tanish, can you go to the first slide? Yeah. In 1896, Henry Ford rode a first vehicle with no reverse and second gearbox. So later, Henry Ford joined in a group, but he left in 1 year. And Henry Ford started his own company with 12 investors, including Dodge Brothers, in 1923. So, yeah, another slide, Tanish. Ford first international plant. So it was the first international plant was built in Walkerville in Canada. So it was the second parent company of the Ford, and they had different shareholders across the nation. And the Ford company was ready to sell their car in all British Empire through their exports. So and the third slide, Tanish. So yeah, the Model T was the highest sales at that time in Ford. So the Ford Model T sold 15 million Model Ts in 1927, and the Ford Model T was well known and sustainability and comfortness. Because of the pricing also, it was very affordable to the people. So that's why the uh, Model T was very high on sales in that time. So the next part will be explained by Pawan. So Pawan, start.
Hi, my name is Pawan Kalyan. I am going to explain about the business strategy of Ford. As we all know, Ford is one of the largest and most iconic automotors makers in the world. He has implemented several key business strategies such as production, innovation, and electrification. Ford's strategy places significant emphasis on product innovation and electrification. Ford has committed to electrifying its vehicles lineup in EV development by 2026. Ford is aims for 50% global sales to be electric. And when it comes to the connected and autonomous vehicles, Ford recognized the transformation potential of connectivity and autonomous driving technology. Ford partnered with to do the autonomous vehicles and partnered with Agro AI Investments to develop autonomous technology. And Ford Plus a holistic transformation. Ford's recently announced strategy, Ford Plus, is a comprehensive plan to transform the company and position it for future success. And the next slide is going to be market share and overview of Ford. Ford is largest SUV car segment, accounted for 46% Ford of revenue 2022. Ford company holds a significant market share in the global automotive industry, particularly in USA and largest SUV car segments. Ford realized a total revenue of $135.3 billion worldwide total market revenue to US $1.7 trillion in 2022. When compared to market share, there will be a more market share when compared to other industries also. Ford will be one of the finest market share in the world. And the next slide is going to be explain about my fellow mate, Mr. Satvik.
Yeah. Hi, this is Satvik Panaganti. I'm gonna explain about market presence of Ford in 2024. In 2024, Ford global market presence experienced mixed results across different regions, that is, United States, Europe, Asian countries, etc. By coming to United States or North America or South America, Ford reportedly a solid fourth quarter with an operating profits of sorry, 2.1 billion US dollars in 2024 in its sales. How the company's outlook of 2025 was less optimistic, uh, predicting an operating profits between 2024 and 2025. Compared to 2024 and 2025, 2025 is a bit less compared to 2024. The next coming to the Europe country, Ford sales, not yeah, Europe sales of Ford declined significantly in 2024, with a 17% drop compared to any other countries or 2025. The company sold vehicles in Ford, that is around 42 lakhs vehicles have been sold in 2024. The market share decreased by 4% compared to 2025. The next, uh, the competitors of Ford in 2025, or from the beginning itself, are mainly Toyota, Honda, and Chevrolet. As we see in the slide, the Toyota Motors Corporation was established on August 2020, so August 28th of August 1937 in Japan. The Honda Motors Company was established in 24th of September 1948 in Japan. The Chevrolet motor was established in November 3rd, 1911 in America itself. The motor vehicles in compared to these three companies by Ford, the Ford has the most rivalry. The Ford plays most rivalry part of in automobile industry compared to these three companies. Uh, so these are the most rivalry which Ford has in its business thing. And the next part will be done by my fellow mate Tanish.
As we can see in the chart, it's a 2022 chart. The Ford has been sell the car units in USA more, and in France, the buyers are purchasing the Ford less, because in USA they sells the 2,200 car unit in USA, and in China they sell 442 units. Okay, and in Canada, they sell 269 units, and in UK, they sell 242 units. In Germany, they sell 155 units. In Turkey, Ford sell 114 units, and in Italy, Ford sell 109 units. In Australia, Ford sell 104 units. As we can say, they sell the well, as we can see in this following chart, that the USA buyers are more interested to buy a Ford company. But we will see the difference in France. The France customer have a different mindset, so that's why they are not buying too much the Ford cars. That's why you can see that in the bottom of the countries, in the bottom of the countries, the buyers are not more into the Ford cars, but in the top four countries, upwards company countries like USA, China, and Canada, they are more interested to buy the Ford cars, especially in US, as Ford is a US based company, so it's a um, thing. And we use the framework in the Ford company, the five Porter's forces. competition or rivalry, competitive rivalry or competition, as my fellow teammate said, Satvik, that the in automotive industry there are many competition. So the Ford have to be more attentive and more be updated about the competition, because the Ford have a too much competition in the market, because as the competitions of the Ford are fighting for the market share. So that's why they have to be so that's why the Ford have to be invested in more invest in more in innovations, technologies, and EVs. And as the competition rivalry or competition is a very strong force. Okay. And the second point is the bargaining power of a buyers and customer is the moderate force, because the bargaining as the customer decides the market, which is what the customers wants, the Ford do work and giving the product, giving the service according to the customers. And obviously for customers significantly influences the business, because it's a threat that if the Ford doesn't complete their demand, and doesn't complete the customer demand, the customer will be soon will take other company's car. So it's a very moderate force, but you can say it's a strong force. But in third, bargaining power of suppliers. Suppliers extend a moderate overall influences on Ford Motor Company. The moderate overall supply uh, the moderate overall supply and moderate population of suppliers give us significant but limited bargaining powers over the Ford. Also, many of these suppliers have low forward vertical integration, so that the suppliers have a very few option to very few option to sell their cars. So they counted as a moderate force. Threat of substitute and substitution, as the government investing in in more public transports and taking more initiative to giving the services to the customer through the public transports. So the it's a moderate force for the Ford that the customer will be take as the fuel price is increasing, as the carbon footprint is increasing because of the petrol, because of the energies. So the customer will be think to use the public transportation and the bicycle for reaching to their destination, and that's why it's a moderate force. The threat of new entrants. The threat of new entrants is a very big force for the Ford, because for entering in the automotive industry, the new company have to be invested too much investment too much invested too much capital in the to entering in the company and in this industry. And also it will take a time to win the customers loyalty. And it will also take a time to make a place for a make a place in the market for a new entrance. Now this next slide will be talk about the my fellow teammate Godwin.
Godwin, can you please unmute?
My name is Godwin Oladideze, so I'm here to talk about the PES2 analysis, which we all know, as my fellow mates talked about, the 5 forces. So in PES2 analysis, we have 5 factors which is political, economic, social, technology, legal, and environment. Firstly, we are talking about the political forces that impact the business environment. Firstly, political factors affecting Ford business. Government support for technology innovation, increasing international trade, increasing government effort for infrastructure in development countries. Then, secondly, economic condition can also affect Ford business. The economic that can affect Ford business, stable and gradual growth and recovery of major markets, high growth rate of developing markets, and strengthening US dollar. Social, rising demand of Ford investment total 5 billion. Then social factors influencing Ford environment, increasing demand for hybrid electronic automobile, moderate attitude about customer service, socialistic desperate based on an increasing wealth gaps. Then I'm going on technology. Technology factors in Ford business. As you can see it here, for applying new technologies in their cars, they have to make their decision by rising uses of smart technology, increasing of online fulfillment services, increasing availability of charging option for electric vehicle which they are producing, and expanding both limited network or alternative fuel station, which will help them when they are trying to make their technology car. Then I'll go for legal factors. Legal factors include environmental protection regulation, increasing safety regulation, increasing intellectual properties law worldwide, which will really help them in Ford company. Then I'll go for environment factors, which is the last in the PESTO analysis. Environment factors that push toward electric vehicle. We all know the meaning of EV, electric vehicles. Then climate change, the low carbon trend, and decline of services. That's how the PESTO analysis will have impact in Ford company. Please. Then the vision and mission for Ford companies. Vision vision factors on Ford, they have to become the most world trusted and respected development smart vehicle, which we can all see Fords are developing and trying their best to get interest and have their customer loyalties, just like my colleague said from the 5 Porters analysis. Then the mission for Ford is to improve the quality of people's life, make mobility easy to get, and to make mobility more accessible, which means in their mission they have to make qualities and make good vehicles for vehicle to protect their lives, like using back camera when they are reversing, having smooth brake in case of any accident, and to make mobility more accessible, like options, Bluetooth, on how to connect through technology. Thank you. Then
As we can say that conclusion, we have uses the two frameworks to making the Ford analysis. Piston analysis and Porter 5 frameworks to make these strategic choices. Ford business strategy focuses on the electrification, commercial vehicles, and connected with the technology that the customer will can enjoy that the customer we can experience it the connected technology. Ford is the second largest family car segment as shown in the market shares, which was discussed by my fellow teammate. As a Ford sell car, as a Ford sells their SUV cars, SUV car, which is a family-oriented car, and the trucks in the market share. As of Ford have a 4.3% in the worldwide market shares, as in the in the whole industry, in the whole automotive industry. As a Ford sell almost across all the countries is and all the world. Okay. Ford
Yeah.
market presence is very strong, and Ford is more investing in the innovations and technology for giving more better experience to the customers. The
Yeah.
firm remains more competitive through its more invest through its brand image. As a Ford have a many competition in market, but they are managing to fight the market share, and also they are looking up for the electrical vehicles, because electrical vehicle is the future of the world, because the countries is because many countries and many companies, even the countries also investing their capitals in the electrical vehicle, because electrical vehicle have a many uses, and it's a very and many have an advantage, and it also very friendly eco-friendly environmental vehicle. That's why the many company using the investing the electrical vehicle. And Ford mission and vision is clear, as my fellow as my fellow teammate says. Okay,
Yeah.
so that thank you for my.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
continued by my fellow team member. Um,
Yeah. So there's a references in our last. So these references we used to for this presentation. You can go through this. Yeah, that's all for all presentation. Yeah, guys.
Thank you,
yeah.
thank you everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So okay.